Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gaming to the Max and the start of a new series on the channel, Hearts of Iron 4 Equestria at War. So, as you can see from this photo, or this image right here, this is the My Little Pony mod for Hearts of Iron 4. And I know what you're thinking, that sounds absolutely just odd, I guess, because who would think My Little Pony in Hearts of Iron 4? But it actually does have a pretty big and an expansive lore, world, a lot of playable countries. I know I've had a couple of people ask me to play, I believe, as Yakistan or Yakistan. But I think for the first episode of Equestria at War, especially, I think I've done this on both of the big mods that we've played, or all three of the big mods that we have played. I play one of the largest countries, one of the countries that people know. And so I'm thinking for our first ever playthrough in Equestria at War, we play Equestria under Miss Princess Celestia. And we'll jump into this. They're huge. It's a huge country. So yeah, let's jump on in and see how this goes. I'm not gonna lie. I've never played as Equestria in this mod. I don't know almost anything about My Little Pony. Um, I'm not a brony, as they call it. I can tell you, be 100% honest with you, I don't think I've ever watched My Little Pony or ever seen a My Little Pony. So if I get the lore wrong or if I don't know what's going on, that is why. I played, I think, the Griffonian Republic once or twice, or once on my own private time, but I haven't really played much other than that, especially in this mod. Not that there's anything wrong with this mod. This mod is actually very, very, very well made. And kudos to the mod makers for that. They've done a very, very good job. It's just not it's not something I know very much about. So, but we'll get loaded in here. If you guys would like to read this, it tells you all about the land of Equestria and kind of the lore behind it. Let you all pause and get down to right there. We'll scroll down. And a new age dawns, an era that Equestria and its peace-loving citizens might not be ready for. Talks about the region here. If you guys would like to pause and read about this, they've got new mechanics, changed mechanics, and then some change logs. I know that they said the newest change logs that are coming up will be updates for Equestria and the Equestrian nations. So we've got Pegasus divisions, which are their special forces. A bunch of these field training divisions, which are horrible. And then some royal guards, which are also equally as horrible. So a lot to do in the military realm. Let's see, we've got some armor divisions. Hey, none of these are instilling confidence in me. Let's see, these are just the regular divisions. These are much better than anything so far that I've seen. So, well,
answering the call.
We'll put all of you under a general.
At the ready.
Oh, that's gonna be a little bit of annoying having to keep hearing that. So, we've got Prince Blueblood, politically connected, a media personality. So,
Ready to do our part.
Awesome. You got an Air Force commander. You've got an engineer, and you got a career officer. Yeah, Soaring seems to be like it's going to be our number one, so we're going to jump into here. We have two different types of weaponry. We have what they call, what's this called? Magical infantry, and then we have just the regular infantry equipment. So that's something a little bit new. And then we have pony technologies. Monthly population supply consumption. That's actually really nice. Mage companies to support your units. I might actually get that. No templates. That's fine. I'm guessing we're building something. Toad artillery. Well, we want toad artillery anyway. So civilian factories. A lot of these onesies down here. Let's start to get a bunch of civilian factories going because we're gonna need a huge economy. We've got Macintosh factories building us some bolt action rifles, some support equipment, some naval, uh, I guess, well, that's an aircraft carrier, battleship, and some cruisers and destroyers. We do have a very early airframe. We can build some more of those. And I think really I'm going to focus hard on my infantry. And we got no medium bombers, which is fine. So this is the focus tree for Equestria. We got a lot of things to go down. So, and again, I have never played this, especially not as Equestria. So let's see. Southern resources. It's a lot to go. Let's do the Equestrian Games. One of the oldest traditions of Equestria is the Equestria Games, where ponies, griffins, and other folks participate in a number of sporting events. This event celebrates the friendship and understanding between all nations and people. The princesses expressed excitement at the spectating the finest sport ponies competing against one another. Okay, so the Olympics. All right, we'll crank up, start seeing what's going on. We pretty much have a huge deficit of everything. Wonder why it shows us in such a large deficit. We'll crank up to 4 speed. There it goes. Happy Hearth Warming and Happy New Year. Several days ago, ponies across the country celebrated Hearth Warming, an annual holiday commemorating the founding of Equestria. As in tradition, on Hearth Warming Eve, ponies gathered to spectate the year play that reenacts the legendary establishment of the country, with the pageant in Canterlot being the largest in the story of the three pony tribes. Unicorns, Pegasi, and Earth ponies living an uneasy existence together until a fearsome blizzard forces them to seek for a new homeland. However, the leaders of the tribes all claim the same land and argue with one another, causing the blizzard to appear again. According to the legend, the cold was caused by magical wendigos that feed on hatred. The tribal leaders are frozen in ice, but their assistants befriend one another and create the fire of friendship, a heart-shaped flame that expels the wendigos forever and melts the bodies and hearts of their tribal leaders. The three tribes then agree to share the new land, calling it Equestria. After the pageants on Earth Warming Day, pony families enjoy delicious meals, exchange gifts, and raise the flag of Equestria. And now the New Year's has come. Every pony on the streets are sharing an optimistic view of the future and wishing all strangers a happy New Year. Because nobody is actually a stranger in Equestria, the princesses have given their traditional speech to the public as well, rejuvenating the spirit of harmony and unity through all of Equestria. No matter what will happen, the ponies know that as long as they work together, they can overcome any challenge. The future looks bright. Gain 5 political power. I don't mean to laugh. I'm trying my hardest not to actually kind of laugh, but there's some to this that's just like, geez. Hippogriphia. Where's that at? Oh yes, yes, we will have a non-aggression pact with Hippogriphia. Did not look at our national spirits. Our national spirits: the Haven of Pony Kind, stability plus 10%, surrender limit plus 5%. Alicorn Sisters plus 0.10 political power gain plus 5% division recovery rate plus 10% war support and stability. Magic of Friendship, division training times plus 20%, recruit population negative 0.70%, division recovery rate plus 5% and 5% stability, negative 30% war support, military factory construction speed, and dockyard construction speed. Stagnation of Harmony, daily political power gain at negative 0.75, consumer goods factor 70%, military leaders cost plus 200%, plus 10% stability, negative 15% war support, negative 35% research speed, land lease tension land lease tension limit plus 50%, send volunteers tension limit plus 100%, guaranteed tension limit plus 50%. Ooh, a lot of negatives there. Industrial, electronics, and race magic research speed plus 15%, and then the Forgotten Tribe, daily political power gain at negative 0.05, recruitable population factor negative 10%, consumer good factor 4%, stability negative 5%, division defense on core territory, -5%, and land at night attack, -15%. Equestria is land of the 3 tribes, yet there's a 4th tribe. The Thestrals, bat ponies, live in many mountains, caves, and hidden palaces or places of Equestria. Thestrals live largely separated from the mainstream society, which is ancient schism from the days of the Nightmare Moon. So, yeah. Alright, well, we have really good stability, and we have no war support. We do have somewhat of a navy. Quite a large navy, actually. Which we'll get into that later. Let's get the Equestria games done. And we'll keep going. So, to the north here, we have Stalingrad. Play on words there, but it's the communists over here. You have the Yaks up here in the mountains, which someone did say to play Yakistan, which this might be our next playthrough. Probably be playing as the prince here. And let's see, we have the Penguin Kingdom, the Polar Bears, and Griffonia. So, and then the Crystal Empire here, which is our friends. The Coldstream Summit, if you guys would like to read that, duly noted. And they are our puppet, the Celestial Empire. So, the Equestria Games preparations. They can either go with the status quo or begin becoming a different, it looks like a communist group. That's it. They don't really have a very large focus tree. The Commonwealth of New Maryland. Don't know where that's at. But I can probably get some from there, yeah. Fine by me. We also have the Buffalo Chieftains down here under Chief Thunderhooves, and then the United Dragon Isles over here. And we should finally see what deficit we have. Well, we have plus 7,000 or almost 8,000 guns. We should see if the international market actually works. It does. New Maryland selling some stuff. Hippogriffia selling some. I'll need to look at what my fighters actually look like. New Maryland has to be somewhere. I'm embarrassed that I don't know where it's at. There it is. Oh, they're over here, and they're also our puppet. Jet Set. Okay. Sorry, not a puppet. They're a Dominion. United Ponies Alliance. So there's the Equestrian Games. Gives plus 20 political power, plus 5% stability. The Crystal Empire, Nova Griffonia, Stalingrad, and the Kingdom of Yakistan get 5% stability. Let's see. Opinion. Support harmony. Establish an embassy. Guarantee independence. We could stage a coup. Passive. Civil war. Intervention. Protect Alenia. Let's see. Let's do the Ministry of Defense here. We do have a... Ooh, God. One of the worst army commands I've ever seen. And I do want to start building an intelligence agency. Smile. I know this is kind of funny, so I get it, guys. Equestria Games. The annual celebrations of the Equestria Games in Crystal City have just come to a close, with Princess Celestia herself holding a moving speech about friendship and its importance for all pony kind. The game went ahead without any major problems, and ponies from all over Equestria, contenders and spectators alike, traveled to the Crystal Empire for this special occasion. Like every year, these games have helped ponies come together in friendship and tolerance, at least for the moment. We shall see whether this will have any major impact on pony politics in the near future. So, it's not, I shouldn't say it's funny. The whole mod is actually incredibly well built. And like I said, it's really quite amazing how well they've done with this. So 2 civilian factories, build a bunch of railways. April Groove's mined, the aluminum in a Beltamare. I want those two going. We don't gain a lot of political power every day, which is fine. This will take 70 days. The Emperor is dead. After a 40-year reign, the Griffonian Emperor Grover V has passed away in the Imperial Palace. That's right here. And now they have a Regency Council. So that name is a little bit familiar if you know anything about Russian politics. So we're starting to go. Let's see, what are you guys doing? You're doing the Grand Festival still. Political power gain at plus 125%. That's pretty crazy. Food shortages. That's the communist way right there. Oh, I can't say that. Then we have Starlight's Town. Alright. Kingdom of Wingbardy declared war on the Kingdom of Wingbardy. Well, there's a civil war somewhere. Down here. Bicolini against the National Liberation Committee. So again, if we look at our own history and kind of can make out who that was supposed to be. Ursa Major, Problem Minor. There are times when every pony lived in awe of the great bears Ursa Minor and Ursa Major. These bears with a fur that mirrored the night sky could easily cleave a pony in half and even fought successfully against some of the most powerful unicorns Equestria had ever seen. However, the times of the mythical power and wild beast have almost unnoticeably come to a close in Equestria. Sword and staff have been replaced by rifle and howitzer, and now a single pony can yield power that's unthinkable even a generation ago. But to fuel the fires of industry and make these marvels possible, clever ponies are always searching for new resources to exploit. The search for new materials led to a particular company to the ancient hiding places of Yersei, in a region which has always thought off limits to pony kind. In times past, claiming the ore-rich caverns that served as a home to the mythical bears would have been considered suicidal. Now a few dozen hunters with high-caliber rifles and explosives set out to clear the area, carefully preparing their minds on an open field. The hunters made sure to leave nothing to chance. A spell was used to mimic the Ursa Minor's call for help, and the Major's alarm rushed towards the sound. To call what ensured a battle would be too generous, as the mythical beasts never even saw their attackers before they were exterminated by the hunters' heavy weaponry. The prospect of a new mine being opened was front-page news in the local papers the following day, with only lamentations of an old editor on the fourth page reminding the readers that the time of magic was gone. Small column weight the comforts and safety of modern life against the adventure and mystery of the past, concluding that much was gained, but that some things were also lost forever. Equestria is a modern nation. That is very kind of gruesome if you think about it. Wingbardian Civil War, and we've created Smile. Alright, Buffalo Chieftain, we're going to improve relations because you hate us and you're very stubborn. We're going to get done with the Ministry of Defense, and we'll get Princess Luna to become one of our field marshals instead of the prince. So we might leave the prince in charge anyway. You're a Prince of Terror. The prince is a Prince of Terror. The Arabian Popular Front was defeated. Saddle Arabia is in an armed conflict. Okay. Watch what you all are doing. If you want to see what our alliances look like, there are these 3 or 4 countries. And we've got Porto Caballo, Equestrian owned industries. They have just a regular focus tree, so not nothing to write home about. And they also have just a regular focus tree, so they do not. What we'll try to do is get an operative. See, revolutionary, ideology, stage Q, no. He has everything. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't. One of the finest agents. Yeah, I guess it'd be you and diplomatic pressures against the Buffalo Chieftain tribe. Because once we get done with Ministry of Defense, we will do the Buffalo relations.
The snow or rain can stop us.
Oh, they
Our lands must be preserved.
gave us a unit there. It's very nice of them. I do need to start building the jackalopes. There's Ministry of Defense. Let's do the Buffalo relations. We can trade with Skyfall, which gives us consumer goods factor -4%, production efficiency cap +5%. Skyfall Trade Federation gets extra trade to Overload +15%, and target country trade costs -15%. Let's actually work on our economy a little bit before we do that. We'll do all three of these, and then we will maybe be worried about that here in a minute. National standards. Let's do the separated complexes. Then I will try to trade with Skyfall, see if I can get some of our consumer goods down a little bit. They accept. Perfect. So I can do mage companies, construction speed. We get Earth Pony Sappers, which gives us way more entrenchment for our engineers, which will be very useful. We'll research that here next. The Rosewood Ur declared war on the county of Longsword and their liberation, so there's a civil war there. We only got 15 civilian factories actually working. The Kaiserate has defeated the Civil Republic. So, where's that at? Kaiser Augustus Unquave. Be interesting. The Felician deal. An envoy from Felicia recently arrived with news of business opportunity. They wish for us to invest in their nation with the hopes that it will help them with their economic troubles. Now we can profit from it once they recover. Trading partners with the Duchess of Felicia. Is it these guys? Probably not. Grand Duchy. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out where we're actually talking about. Oh no, it's way up here. Under Grand Duke Gerlich the Fourth. Yeah, trading partners. Let's boost our relations with them. Well, it was supposed to just boost our relations with them, but I guess it did not. Let's see. Strong Heart Supporters, which is Harmonic. Chiefess Strongheart is taken over with the Buffaloes. Yeah, they have a ruined economy. There you go. Trading partners. All right. We have a lot of manpower. I don't just want to say a lot, but we have a good amount of manpower there. They're not doing any. Oh, they're doing their civilian factories. Okay. Buffalo relations. Wonder what part of my country that the buffaloes claim. Right there. Buffalo relations. Maybe go down to shelter the queen. A modest proposal. Celestia found flipping through the reports of missing weapon shipments. She started at surprise as Luna entered. Luna looked serious. Celestia, I've stayed behind the scenes since my return. I believe it's time for me to step up and take more responsibility. Celestia froze. Was Luna ready? Yes, of course, she thought, chiding her internal hesitation. That sounds wonderful, Luna. We were meant to rule together. Did you have something in mind? She nodded, her throat catching. The Thestrals, it isn't right, Tia. Equestria doesn't just have 3 tribes. Thestrals shouldn't be shunned, but welcomed as the 4th tribe. Celestia raised her hoof to object, but Luna continued, I know they don't even want to be equestrian, especially with all the unpleasantness after, well, you know, but they were my little ponies, and I failed them. Her voice stripped to a whisper, I failed them, Celestia. I need to make it right. Equestria should be a friendly home to every pony. Of course it would be this. Celestia thought the bat ponies had hardly been willing to join the 3 tribes after the princess was banished to the moon, and even after Luna's return they were suspicious. But the bat ponies weren't the real problem. It was the equestrians. A small horse is easy prey at night, and something about the night-loving bat seemed to instill fear and mistrust even amongst many. When Nightmare Moon rose, terrifying ponies attacked bat ponies and drove them into the mountains. Ancient precedents still linger. Celestial and Canterlot will work to support Luna's. This is a risk-free path, but it will take effort. So that's over here. Let's search for. I'm guessing it's that. New royal role. Reaffirming the princessdom. Equestrian Commonwealth. Grand Army of the Republic. Constitutional monarchy. The diets to be established. Princedom has a second chance. Or the Republic Proposal 1. Okay. We shall do it together, sister. We'll see what that comes about. The Buffalo problem. Pinkie Pie, the element of laughter, has volunteered to go to Buffalo as an envoy to broker an agreement between Equestria and the Buffalo. However, the risk of going alone is what probably qualifies as something close to hostile territory. Has given several senior military officers pause, and they have directly petitioned the Crown to instead greenlight a full military intervention to the Buffalo to end the problem once and for all. However, despite the dotted line report, the optics of the Royal Guard engaging in what qualifies as an illegal occupation would give even the most hardened militarists in Equestria pause. Of course, while a full military occupation and invasion would definitely solve the problem of the Buffalo once and for all, even then at the cost of losing the moral high ground, an envoy opens the door to both peaceful coexistence and maybe even the integration of the Buffalo into Equestria itself. There's just one problem with an envoy and diplomatic proposition and pressure. The Buffaloes could always end up projecting our advances, which would leave us out of options, out of a solution, and out of good image. But ultimately, a solution must be taken. What should be our course of action? Send the envoy. Such military rhetoric does not have a place in our nation. Or start the engines. Let's get this over with. Let's just send the envoy. They really do not want you to go to war. If you guys seen how absolute horrible that was. So they accept our friendship. Beautiful. Kind of what we were hoping for. So now we can actually do the resolve the Buffalo issue after we maintain the status quo. Let's do support weapons. Summer Sun Celebration. If you all would, well, I'll read it. Ponies from all trots of life have gathered today in Canterlot to witness the Summer Sun celebrations, originally a holiday made to commemorate Princess Celestia's victory over the festering nightmare. Nowadays it celebrates the longest day of the year, Princess Luna's return and the magic of friendship. Now a sound could be heard as the princess climbed on the raised dais to a long gaze on the gathered ponies and proceed to raise the sun. The crowd watched in amazement at the grand display of the Alicorn's benevolence and sharing continued long after the sun rose. Festivities continued for the remainder of the day, the spirit of Equestria resonating in the continued showing of respect to her traditions. Life is good in Equestria. I would not jump too far. Doing innovations. The shadow market during the century is largely outside equestrian society. The bat ponies developed their own parallel society and even economy, being in many areas unburdened by taxes or equestrian laws. This economy has established itself in many places across Equestria, allowing them to make sure that any bits that it earned remains within bat pony society. Even the wages paid by those Thestrals who worked as unregistered laborers in equestrian industries or farms go into shadow economy and stay there, and over time entire industries, though small scale, have grown up there. This has become a drain on the equestrian economy, as many as the three tribes have taken to spending their money there instead as well. Many Thestrals take pride in their self-sufficiency and resent the notion of having to bow to the obligations of the society they were never part of. The sentiment is echoed by several industrialists who have tied themselves in knots trying to argue for the preservation of the system without saying outright that they want to be able to get away with not paying proper wages for their workers. If the Thestrals are to be integrated, the shadow must be addressed, but the question is how. Reintegrate them fully. We'll make sure to help them on their way. We'll make exceptions in some cases, or we should not be forcing this. Well, I feel like if we're bringing them back into the fold, they have to integrate. Assimilating their economy, which grants industrial research negative 10%, construction speed negative 10%, factory output negative 10%, and dockyard negative 10% for a full year, and we remove 2 civilian factories. Okay. We'll do that. I think that's the most extreme, but I think it also maybe will help them. They don't seem to want to be helped personally, but I'm just going to put my army like right here. Well, they got propaganda, so that sounds extremely like a communist nation at this point. The changeling lands. The ruler and despot of the changeling hives. Despotism. So we're about done with maintaining the status quo, and let's build. Can't do that anyway. Build those and those. Perfect. Griffin Frontier broke free of the influence of Nova Griffonia. Anti-fascist victory in the Wingbardi Civil War. So we got Virgil, and Governor T. Feather. Anti-terrestrial sentiments. While Bass ponies have traditionally been equestrian citizens, they live apart from the citizens of the races in their own communities. But many citizens want it to remain that way. They think that bat ponies do not need to be integrated into society and brought out of isolation. Some are afraid of possible side effects such as disruption of societal harmony. Others fear the rumored nightmare moon cultists among the ranks of the bat ponies, and few think they have no place among the other 3 races of Equestria. Seeing them as complete outsiders to them, it's as if Celestia was suggesting griffins to become are to be welcomed as a fourth tribe. The Canterlot bureaucracy has prepared an invitation to promote the integration. Groups of bat ponies would be invited to tour across Equestria, so the common citizens could see them with their own eyes. EEA syllabi would be rewritten to teach about bat ponies and their histories. The false rumors about the cultists would be dispelled by official media. Pamphlets and posters would be distributed, showing autographs of smiling Thestrals with the words, "These bat ponies are our friends." However, it's taken too far. Pushing this bat pony information can be easily considered propaganda or an attempt at forcibly changing pony minds about the matter. It matters not. They must know the truth. We'd probably tone it down somewhat, or this is enough for now. Daily political power gain, negative 0.10. Stability plus 5%. Daily harmony support plus 0.02 for 365 days. Lose 6% war support. We'll keep forcing it down people's throats. Maintaining the status quo. Let's resolve the issues with the buffaloes. That's a 35 days. We can straight up ban the Grand Galloping Gala. The annual ball is held in Canterlot Castle tonight. Royal family, high rankings of the equestrian government, and friends are gathering at the event to enjoy the evening and discuss political issues. Fancy drinks and classical music will accompany it throughout the night. The ball is ended with splendid firework display. Equestria does not fail to support her traditions. To many ponies, this is an assurance of stability and prolonged peace in good old Equestria. Beautiful. We can get more steel production, which we might do, or we can flat out just ban communism, which I'm also thinking of doing. There's a lot of stability. We'll think about that. Let's get that steel factory going. And I think I've just ruined my chances of buying anybody, which is fine. We do have a uniform designer, which is not bad. Can I go up to early mobilization? No. Constitutionalist Army in Carthage. Let's see though. Elements of magic, war industrialists. Improved, maybe Agent of Smile. We can stop. Improving relations. And we can counterintelligence in our own area. Actually, I don't want to do that, because we still have to do this. New Daring Do book. After many months of anticipation, AK Yearling has finally released Daring Do and the Challenge Inspector, a thrilling espionage action thriller. In the latest entry to the franchise, Daring Do sneaks into Queen Celestia's capital, Vestal Opposla, to find Queen Coven's Ark, while being hunted by Queen Chrysalides agents, the Spectres. After the lighthearted adventure trilogy, many reviewers like Coldhead were shocked by Changeling Spectre's dark tone. Others like Quibble Pants welcome the book's awareness of the current political climate. Daring Do's newfound realism will shiver ponies' spines. The author's latest entry has lost the escapist elements that made her series so great. Still, the book has sold thousands of copies on the first day, and Applewood movie producers have already inquired about film rights. 7 out of 10 stars.
Ready to do our part.
You're doing concerns. We're resolving issues. You're doing construction. And you're doing equestrian investors. Thestral mistrust. Ponies may be skeptical, but the same is true for the Thestrals themselves. Many of them don't trust the other equestrians and only support the integration because Princess Luna is advocating for it. They simply want to be left alone instead of trying to befriend other ponies. Fortunately, nowhere is more equipped to handle the problem than Land of Friendship. As Princess of Friendship, Twilight Sparkers has drawn up a campaign plan that stretches down the hallway. This plan is as inspired and diverse as it is complex and expensive. The elements of harmony visit isolated Thestral communities in jungles and mountains. Friendship clubs inviting Thestral students to the School of Friendship. Dust festivals where both bat ponies and other ponies will celebrate together. Celestial and Luna meet with bat pony leaders, and the list goes on. Are we not elation of friendship? Or our budget's tight, a little could go a long way. This gains daily political power gain negative 0.05, daily harmony support plus 0.03 for a year, and lose 200 political power. That hurts quite a bit, but we're going all out. You know, political power can be regained. We just need to keep doing focuses. Reforms being implemented. Our campaigns to reform the economy, deal with mistrust, and promote friendship have been drawn up and are now being put into action. Now all we can do is wait. It's up for the opponents of Equestria now. And hopefully they don't take it. I don't know. Hopefully they don't fail. I think the only land that we own that's theirs. Oh. We own a lot of their land, actually. Here, it's all of this. I was going to say, why don't we just give it back? No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Resolve the issues with the buffaloes. We'll do support harmony. Alright, part 2. Last times when negotiations were held, the Buffalo Chiefs accepted pony friendship, opened up their bounds for pony trade, and accepted pony traders and builders to come into their land. Now they're landlocked anyway. We need to ask them if they want to become one with us. Integrate or Princess, there's always a better option. No. Of course, ask them. See if they want to join. If they want to be friends. As a state of Equestria. Perfect. Today we've gladly accepted the Buffalo State as an autonomous region of Equestria. Older chiefs of this enclave country couldn't think of such a possibility. However, their heart was softened as princess or as chiefess. Strongheart spoke for friendship. We celebrate unity of ponies and buffaloes today. The Buffalo Chief requested bigger autonomy to preserve their government and culture. They'll be known as the Buffalo Chieftain. Gains equestrian development efforts. They become an integrated puppet and gains development of the Buffalo region, which grants daily political power gain negative 0.15, consumer goods factor negative 4% for 101 days. They gain equestrian development effort, which grants resource gain efficiency plus 40%, consumer good factor negative 60%, construction speed and production efficiency growth plus 20%, research speed plus 50%, factory outputs plus 10%, and infrastructure construction speed plus 20% for 250 days, and adds positive influence of Equestria, which grants resource gain efficiency plus 5%, research speed plus 15%, and infrastructure construction speed plus 5%. That's great. And now they're doing equestrian trade. And they're, yeah, so friendship and harmony. Alright. Alright, well, there you go. They're going to do friendship and harmony now. They have a total of 1 unit. And they get equestrian traders. So they're not doing too bad at all. I would like to probably look at my units. We have on hooves. The garrison regiments were horrible. You all were not good. I think you guys were probably the best to start working with. 14 combat was atrocious. We'll remove you. We're going to go with the standard, what I like to see, which is artillery and artillery. 24 combat with. I usually do 21 combat with, and we might actually start out with 21 combat with. Add support artillery, and this will be probably what most of our units consist of for this next little bit. Because the Royal Guard's horrible, the garrison regiments are horrible, and I didn't care for the armor divisions at all.
Answering the call. Ready to do our part.
So
ready to do our part.
alright, U18, switch over to the on hooves. We don't have enough total artillery, which is fine.
Answering the call.
And then begin to train, because I need more artillery. Perfect. Roman Kaiserate declared war. It's going to take a while to get enough of that artillery production. We're not even building the light tanks. Well, that light tank's absolutely horrible anyway. You're a small cannon. And you're a medium tank with a small cannon. Oh, yeah. None of these are necessarily the greatest thing I've ever seen. Might start building some of those, but I'll probably, if I do use light tanks again, I might use them as a scouting company. And Let's do early mechanics. Electromechanics? Yeah. Watertown joins Farbrooks. Military traits. Reinforced stocks. And then for artillery, towed anti-tank, towed anti-air, soft attack. Usually what we do anyway. And you're good to go back to counterintelligence. The Kive commune declared war on the Perithian Liberation Army. Let's go in here, do... They made peace, we'll do that one. Constitutionalist army was defeated, so the Colchian Republic under Zelthil Zarkar. You're in a depression. I hope that they start to actually build units. How are you doing? You're doing concerned still. Cannon research slot. Battleships better anti-air. Let's see, we did the Buffaloes. Let's do diplomatic shelter. The corruption and brutality of the Alenian government is poorly kept secret. If we wish to stop or put a stop to its action, we must save Queen Velvet from the fangs of our own government before it's too late. From there, we will plan our next steps to deal with the Alenian problem together. Save the Queen. Yakistan, doing military academies. I guess it's somewhere over here. But yes, that's a 70-day focus. It'll take a while. We got negligible poverty, illiteracy, modern society, and developed science base. Prince Blueblood, tribe supporters. Separated complexes. Support. Tactical missile systems, huh? Okay. Planes. What's that? High agility. Cass. The range is a lot worse. But agility's better. And hydraulic drills, so we can start doing some of this, because I think we just need hydraulic drill. I think it's maybe the next one. Don't need anything from anybody. Let's see, my Air Force. Can all meet here. The return of Sombra. The world's in shock today as King Sombra returned from his exile to retake the throne of the Celestial Empire. Some ponies who managed to save themselves in Fleece Crystal City reports that his followers attacked en masse, turning against the guards. A fight for the city and its palace quickly ensued, which the Crystal ponies stood their little chance at winning. Princess Miamor, Canadison, and Prince Shining Armor were evacuated shortly before the palace, and with it, the city fell to Sombra and his followers. Although the royal couple has pledged to fight the emerging darkness, they have sent their daughter, the royal heir, Flurry Heart, to Equestria in case the worst will come to pass. Rumors are spreading that the crystal heart is shattered, but there is no confirmation on this yet. What will this mean for Equestria and the world? Evil has returned. Yeah, I pretty much don't have any planes being built. And let's see. Earlier carrier. They're just so bad. So let's see. Yeah, Crystal City fell.
Ponies at the ready. Answering the call. Ponies at the ready.
Stop trying to rush north.
Neither snow nor rain can stop us.
See if we can assist. King Sombra. That war's over.
Ponies at the ready.
Can I send you volunteers? No. Radio. Hopefully they can call us into this. Like, I think they have 3 units. Which what I could
Ponies
do.
at the ready.
Oh, that went to the Crystal. That was not what I wanted to happen. They went to the Crystal Empire. Whoops. No longer getting development of Buffalo regions. Better planes. Range extenders. Winter Moon celebrations. Recent innovation proposed by Princess Twilight Sparkle. The Winter Moon celebration is now a holiday aimed to spread awareness of Princess Luna and her wonderful night. The princess is chosen to host her event in Manhattan, known for its ponies that never sleep. To her surprise, the response was larger than she expected, with ponies from all over Equestria wishing to see the mysterious Diarch. Flustered by the kindness shown, Princess Luna thanked all of them for attending and wished for unity and friendship in the coming harsh winter moons. As the princess worked her magic, the ponies were awed at the night sky, its beauty becoming all the more apparent with the constellations showing in full view, and a light of the moon showering the crowd. The revelry continued late into the night, and the princess herself was even mingling with the ordinary ponies as well. Shelter Queen Violet. Let's see. So we should jump down here. Diplomatic Shelter. The rightful Queen of Alenia, Queen Velvet, for many years in exile in various countries around the world today, arrived in Equestria on the ship HMS Canterlot. She was given a heroine's welcome in the city of Vancouver, the largest Orleanian community outside of the kingdom proper. The city had long been a hotbed for resistance against Johann, both legitimists favoring the restoration of Queen Velvet and communists favoring the reconstruction reign along the lines of Stalingrad. Common for both, however, is that she has long been a focal point for resistance against Johann. Whatever their creed may be, of course, this is where the similarities end, but that's a matter for another time. Queen Velvet has served nicely into von Hoover, having already begun advocating that Equestria should intervene in Alenia to restore rightful rule to Alenia. Gained sheltered Velvet opinion of us. Do the rightful monarch. Can't do that. Air bases, no. Trying to think of what the best route to go down. Let's do the Pinky Envoy to Yakistan. I wish they would call us to assist. Equestria shelters Queen Velvet. Expelled from Alenia not long ago, Queen Velvet finally found an official shelter in Canalot today. Extremely unhappy, King Johann of Alenia sent a diplomatic insult to Princess Celestia. Oh, boo-hoo. Cry, cry. The Sten submachine guns. Research that. Another war. Sent an envoy. We can support Yakistan.
Our lands must be preserved. Ponies at the ready.
Why would you give me your unit? See, I wonder if I delete this unit, will it go back to them? It did, see? You need that unit. I don't need your unit. The reforms looming cheerfully began her nightly rounds of the palace. She passed offices where bat pony bureaucrats worked throughout the night, continuing the shifts from their daytime counterparts. Manhattan was often called the city that never sleeps, while it has become true here in Canalot too. Across the nation, Thestrals ventured into cities in greater numbers, attracted by employment opportunities and a new attitude for tolerance. The change would take years, decades even to be fully felt, but the Equestrian public was now ready to accept bat ponies as a fourth tribe, standing ready to protect their new friends from harm. It's wonderful, isn't it? Luna turned in surprise to find Celestia regarding her. Luna tried to speak, but instead found herself crying. Celestia has made her dreams real. 1,000 years in exile, all because she's been too proud to ask for help. Celestia hugged Luna as the blue mare sobbed, cradling Luna in her wings. She would never let Luna down again. A great wrong has been right, and we get rid of the Forgotten Tribe. Daily political power gain, negative 0.05. Recruitable population factor, negative 10%. Consumer good factors, 4%. Stability, negative 5%. Defense on, division defense on core territory, negative 5%. And land night attack, negative 15%. So we got one of the negative debuffs down. This will be over in June. Still not 100% sure why I can't join this war. I know it's a civil war, so that's usually why. Even if I could send like a division, I think we'd be better off, but whatever. I could always send them equipment, right? Nope, can't even send them equipment. The Second Aquilian Revolution. I think that's down. Right there. Harmonic Republicanism. Von Sill breaks with Griffinheim. We can do the rightful monarch. Just get Equestrian support, which really won't help, to be honest. Yeah, it looks like the Celestial Empire will crumble. So if I had to do anything back over again, I would do this. And strike at his supporters.
Ponies, at the ready. Answering the call.
Revolutionaries of the Second Equestrian Republic of toppled the monarchists to the Duchy of Novovia.
Ponies, at the ready.
Have you all start training. Princess Canis managed to escape. Force of riches, the forces of Princess Canis have been forced to surrender, but not before these valiant ponies would screen the escape of the royal family itself. Cadence, Shining Armor, and their closest survivors have been granted a place to stay in Canterlot as the Alicorns plan to return the rightful rulers of the Crystal Empire. They are safe here. The royal family's returned. Alright, with that, let's put an attack order as such. Actually,
Answering the call.
the royal family returned today. Princess Canis and her family arrived in Canterlot. They were still visibly weakened from their time in the dungeons under the Crystal City. They have been recovering in private apartments in Canterlot. Both of the royal sisters were there to welcome them in person as the train pulled into the station. A heartwarming reunion took place after weeks of fear and uncertainty about their fate and health. Several therapists and friends have paid them visits, both on their journey home or has been rumored to be visiting in the near future. It is yet unclear if they will return to the north to rule over the Crystal Empire. In light of the joyous moment, a national holiday has been declared until the end of the week. Removes the royal families imprisoned. We get Shining Armor, Princess Candace, gain 15% stability, and division recovery rate plus 5%. Thank the stars they're all right. Dark Magic, Somnus War Plan, so successful revolution. So you guys overthrow both governments here. We can defend Equestria. Somber's prevents need more war support. Alenia and Reich will start to. Okay, so they've went to supremacists. Do that. Gonna finish up with the rightful ruler, and then I'm going to end episode 1. I hope you guys have been will enjoy this series. This is the first episode. We're gonna delete you. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm a little hesitant because I'm like, guys, it might be a lot of fun. It might not be. So we shall see what kind of comes about in this series. I'm expecting good things. Of course, you always expect good things, but sometimes series don't do very good. We can't do that one because. Okay, we'll look forward into doing that, and we can't do any of that either. So we've kind of locked out this whole side of our focus tree, which is okay. We'll start working on our industry next. But I hope you guys have enjoyed episode 1 of our Equestria at War campaign, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.